How's it going? My name is Donovan. This is my natural looking faux lock tutorial number 2 that I'll be bringing to you today. What I'm going to be doing is updating this look. I have a little bit of new growth, so I want to repair some dreads and also show you a new method that I'm using to install dreads that are a little bit faster and a little bit more comfortable. So if you haven't checked out my first video, most definitely check that out and stay tuned if you're interested. First and most important thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to double up on about 9 of these dreads here. I feel like these are really big parts that put a lot of lines, visible lines in my head, and I want to make that look a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I also have some dreads that are at the perimeter that are slipping a little bit and exposing the braid that is underneath. So I'm going to show you the new technique that I'm going to use to fix all these dreads in my head today. Right here you see me removing a dread, and what I do when I install the braid is I only braid down to where my natural hair ends. The reason I do that is for this moment right here, so that I can cut and know exactly where my hair ends, so I don't have to worry about cutting my own hair. And I've sped this process up here. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm removing the braid that has a little bit of extension hair in it. You just take that out and you can comb out the hair that's underneath once it's taken out. So to begin the new lock, what I'm going to do differently is I'm just going to braid down my natural hair from root to the tip without any extension hair. So I'm just going to take my hair and braid it down. What I'm also doing differently is I'm going to use a latch hook to add my extension in. So what you want to do is when you do your latch hook, make sure you go in a downward direction away from your dreads so that you don't look retarded like this. You can kind of see I was struggling here at the top because I went up towards my other dreads, and you just want to avoid that. Keep it simple and it'll work out better. Now this part is optional right here. I am braiding my braid into the extension hair that I've used the latch hook with. Just because this braid is a little bit shorter and is at the perimeter. But with my longer braids in the middle of my head, I don't really do that. But like normal, what I do with my wrapping hair, I snip the end so that it's blunt and even. I connect it to the bottom of my extension and I begin to wrap around. Make sure that your wrapping hair wraps completely around your extension and your braid and is nice and snug. So I fast forwarded to the point where I get to the bottom of the wrapping hair, and I recommend when you get to the bottom of wrapping that you continue with your dread this way. What I do is I take about 1/3 of the hair from the base and separate it just like that, and then what I do is I pull down the hair that I was wrapping into my base and then continue wrapping with a new piece. Don't combine it with the other piece, just wrap with a whole new piece and hold the wrapping hair that you use nice and tight. I do that whole process twice, and then you can finish your dread. When I get to the bottom of my dread, I like to cut off the excess extension hair and then burn the ends. To me, it looks a little more natural that way, and it definitely looks a little more masculine, I feel like, as well. So I like to do that, but I don't burn up too high. I just like to burn the end, and yeah. So here's the biggest change that I've made with 9 of these dreads. Instead of having those big square parts, I'm doing triangle parts. So what I do is I just alternate, as you can see here. You can go one of two directions, up that way or down that way. So I like to alternate. On the left, you see with those two braids, they were going in the opposite direction. So you just alternate and make sure that you have it looking kind of uniform with those triangle parts. See there? So here's that done. I originally had 56 dreads, and when I doubled up on those 9, I now have a total of 65 dreads. And you can kind of see the difference that it makes with making it look a little fuller in the front. So that's just one change that I'm making. I'm definitely want you to stay tuned for more stuff that I'm going to be doing, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.